Oh. This is supposed to be. Alright, I guess it ain't gonna let me connect to the camera, so you're gonna have to be behind the camera.
Oh, you know why?
Why?
Wi-Fi.
I'm using my Wi-Fi on the...
Oh, so I'll let you do that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's right, because you did it down by the river.
Yeah, I did it by the river.
Well, I don't know how you do it.
I can turn it off. What is this? There it is. We're connected to the video.
Oh. See, just a couple of buttons asking me how to do it. I ain't never seen it before, let alone know how to do it. Ooh.
Is there any? We need some more light on Gary. All right, I'm here today with Rooster up. Got my shirt on right here. We're doing a video. This one here is with truck drivers that has retired and is living a luxury life. So we're gonna learn a little bit. And my first interview today is with the actual man that got me into truck driving. Helped me get into the career, taught me how to drive a truck. Probably slapped me more times than my dad did. So, anyways, his name is Mr. Gary. Mr. Gary, nice to be here. Good, sir. Good, sir. How did you start off here? Let's go way back. How did you start working and work your way up into truck driving?
Well, when I was 15 years old, I had a learner's permit for the state of Florida. And the laundry that I worked at needed somebody to drive the delivery truck and deliver laundry. And the manager's husband was legally blind, but he still had his driver's license.
About what year was that?
Oh, this was back in 62.
So 1962 is when you first started.
And she would go get him, help him into the truck, and then I would go and drive and deliver laundry. And I did that for a couple of years, driving the laundry truck.
15, 16, 17?
Yeah. Then I went on full time, and I went to California, was out there for a couple of years, and I came back, and I went full time there doing that, and got drafted.
Got drafted into?
Got the Army.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Spent 2 years in the Army.
How many years did you spend in the Army?
2 years.
2 years in the Army.
Yeah. And I was stationed at Fort Simmons General Hospital in Denver, Colorado.
Fort Simmons General Hospital.
Yeah. At Simmons.
What did you do in the Army?
Well, I was trained as a combat medic. That was my MOS. I got out there and they found out I had some driving experience, commercial driving experience. So they put me in a 44 passenger bus, and I would go out to Buckley Air National Guard, pick up the patients that were coming back from Vietnam in the bus, and bring them back to the hospital, where they would be treated, and some of them were just staying overnight. And I also drove ambulance in and around Denver.
So basically, you were doing Wounded Warrior before it was even thought of.
Well, I don't know about Wounded Warrior. I was transporting the...
Anybody that puts herself in the line of fire is a warrior to me.
Yeah. But that's what I did.
Transport the troops.
Yeah. And I would work when I wasn't driving, either transporting them or going out on an ambulance call. I would work in the emergency room.
What years were you in the service?
68 to 70.
68 to 1970.
Right.
In the Army?
Yes.
In the Army.
Yeah.
Now, moving forward from there, what brought you into the actual professional truck driving industry?
Well, after I got out of the Army, I went to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I was working for McKee Baking Company at night in their plant. and I tried to get on there driving truck, and they said I would have to go to school and start yard jockey and so forth like that. And my brother had bought a truck and was leased on with Leonard Brothers Trucking Company out of Miami, Florida. He was stationed over here. His terminal was the Pensacola terminal.
Your brother,
My brother Ron.
Ron,
Right.
he was with
Leonard Brothers
Leonard
Trucking
Brother
Company.
Trucking.
So I went to work for them, and I worked for them for a number of years.
So 1970, you said 2?
Yeah, 72. I worked for them.
Up until a few years. So
Yeah.
just learning the trade.
74.
74, getting into the trade, learning what to do and all that.
Right.
So
Then I went to Tri-State Motor Transit out of Joplin, Missouri. Well, you know, and I worked for them for 2 years. And hauled explosives.
explosives. That must have been a fun job.
I went in a few interesting places. But hauled explosives.
So did that for a few years.
Yeah, I did that a couple of years.
So
And then I hauled produce.
produce. Oh, I hate produce.
And I hauled produce and went into a lot of the cold storage places. All fresh produce off the West Coast.
And I imagine back in the 70s it was probably worse than what it is now because it just you had a bunch of different things involved to where you didn't probably not as many unions as they got now, and people just like to do their job and make a check.
That's right.
And today people really don't want to do their job. They don't want to make a check. They're just lazy assholes.
You know, we ran pretty hard back then.
Well, we didn't have the electronic logs.
No,
So.
no.
Answer me this question: What was the longest you've been up at one stretch of time?
Oh, geez.
Driving a truck.
That'd be kind of hard to say. You know, I'd gone over 60 hours.
60 hours straight.
Driving a number of times.
They can't prosecute you with this because it's all talk. Was that with some help or without help?
There's been a few times I had some help.
God, I tell you, back in the
Yeah.
day, I took a lot of the White Crosses and the Beauties and all that.
Yeah, back when I was hauling produce, I ran coast to coast without sleep, and it was not unusual to take a Black Beauty or something of that nature.
Right. So to keep
The
you
ones
up
with the
it.
brown crystals in them, boy, that was good stuff.
That was some good stuff.
Yeah.
So, figuring truck driving today, I know you've been retired for a few years now, but you got out of it just as the industry started going all electronic. So you experienced a little bit of electronic.
I did.
What would you say is a downfall to the electronic versus what we experienced back in the day?
The electronic logs are hooked up to the truck computer system. And there is absolutely no leeway whatsoever in those electronic logs. And it even comes down to a safety issue with the electronic logs. You cannot do anything with them. And here, I'll give you an example. This happened to me at the Tennessean truck stop up here in Tennessee on 65.
Exit 6?
Yes. Exit 6, that's the chicken.
That's the chicken?
Yeah, this is on up 20, 21.
21, yes.
But I went in there at night. I was still on my electronic logs. I was still leaving on everything. And I had to park on the end of the row. And the trucks that were coming in to get around, the trucks that parked after I got there, they were parking on the side of the road where they shouldn't be.
Right.
Were almost hitting me. So I went in, I ate supper, and I came back out. An opening opened ahead of me where I could roll down into it and be safer down there. than taking a chance on getting hit by one of the trailers of the trucks coming in. So I let my truck roll, just roll down. I never put it in gear. I just released the emergency brake.
And just coasted up.
Just coasted down, stopped it, and I did not roll twice the length of my truck.
So you've been...
And I was immediately thrown into violation right there.
Wow.
And I got a letter against my violation right there.
So basically, the paper log is going to be safer issues than the electronic logs.
Oh yeah.
Because, you know, honestly, I've been running the electronic logs for the last couple of years because I'm a still active driver. I kind of like them to a point. There is times where they're a hindrance, where they're just a pain in the ass. But yes, I ran paper logs. Of course, you know that because you trained me. Got me into the trucking industry. But for the way that I look at it is dispatch can't force me to do no more than what is legally able to be done.
Well, from that standpoint, it's a good thing, you know. But by the same token, if you need to, just like then, I let my truck roll down for safety reasons. And that not only protects me, but it protects the other guy that's coming in. Right. You know, he gives him a little bit more room where he can maneuver. Neither one of us get a mark against us.
Right.
And there's, I was in a rest area in West Virginia. I was the only truck there in the rest area in West Virginia. Law enforcement officer, state trooper, came in there and told me that they had a hazmat spill, and they were moving equipment in, and they wanted me to leave so that they could put it in the rest area. And this was in the middle of the night. I was in the middle of my break.
So what are you going to do?
So what are you going to do? You've got to leave.
Yeah.
You're in automatic violation of your laws.
Yep.
And even if you put in there a note that says ordered to leave by police officer,
They still got you.
they still got you.
So, what has been the funnest thing that you have done out here on the highway?
I was going to say, you should explain what happens when you go in violation.
You get so many violations, and you get so many violations with the company that I was with, and you get a certain amount of time off.
They
not
suspend
work.
you or they terminate your contract.
Right.
So that's the things that happens with. It's like with any company. I don't care if you're working the docks or if you're working whatever, picking up trash outside. Any type of write-ups is a write-up. You will get terminated after X amount of write-ups.
Correct.
So, all right. What has been the funnest, most exciting, soul thing that you experienced with truck driving?
That's a loaded question.
Well, I know your significant other's out back behind the camera there, so you don't want to get killed tonight. I don't want to wear my suit again real quick. So.
Yeah. One of the wildest things I ever got into, the most interesting things that I got into, was I used to haul a lot of Disneyland stuff.
Disneyland.
For the Walt Disney down here in Orlando.
Right.
And you go in there into their warehouse, and you've got all of these wax figures around.
Oh, okay.
From the presidents.
Right.
And you're walking around, and here's George Washington, here's Abraham Lincoln.
Huh.
And they look real. They look real. And,
that much detail.
Yeah, there's that much detail. But I hauled a lot of the Matterhorn Mountain into structural steel and for the Matterhorn Mountain.
Oh, nice.
And that was interesting. That was before they were open. And we were able to go over the hill down into the park there.
Oh, okay.
So that was quite interesting. That and NASA. I hauled quite a bit for NASA.
NASA?
Yeah, over at the Cape.
Okay.
And the NASA space equipment. And,
Was this back in the shuttle days?
oh yeah.
So hauling
Yeah, I
stuff
saw
over.
the shuttle out in Edwards Air Force Base before it was ever brought over.
Oh, okay. Before the first one ever went out.
Right. Yeah, I saw it out there.
Nice. Nice.
A lot of interesting places that I have been. Edwards Air Force Base was one of them back in that era.
Nice. What has been the biggest pain in the ass besides training me to drive a truck?
Oh, I don't know. Dealing with some of the customers was the biggest problem sometimes. You know, some of them were not fun to deal with.
The way that I seen it with my experience is it seemed like they have a God complex.
Right. Absolutely.
Instead of being personable and, just want to talk to you as a human,
Yeah.
their ass is already on their shoulders.
Down you.
It's just a big
Yeah,
pain.
they treat you like you're just a dumb truck driver.
Yeah, there's
What do
nothing
you
you
know?
can
You
do
drive
to
a truck.
please them.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you what, this man has been, he pulled laundry, Army, in trucking. How many years was you in trucking?
43.
43 years in trucking. All right, I've got 28 years and still counting. So to call somebody dumb to have a career that long, I really want to tell you, you need to look in the mirror. Because it really takes talent to do what we do on a daily basis. And not kill
It's
people.
been very good to my family. I cannot complain. And my father was a truck driver.
How long did your dad drive?
Dad had 34, 35 years. Both of my brothers are truck drivers. Between the four of us,
If you want to give them a shout out, go ahead.
between the four of us, we've got over 150 years in the trucking industry, driving trucks.
Which I gotta ask this question. I know you know Dad.